feel like my bites are becoming like unbitten as soon as I hear like a zap from my mosquito zapper.
Interesting.
It's just a joke feeling. You know that feeling you feel like that relief when you hear that. All right, there's no more mosquito left. I can relax. That's basically what I mean.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I hate mosquitoes.
yeah, mosquitoes there too.
Honestly, I haven't had them inside for like years. I've never had a mosquito inside my house. Ever since I moved in here, I guess.
My place is basically built on duct tape, so kind of have mosquitoes all the time.
Instant maxi, which means we don't get to use our stake your soul, unfortunately. But that's okay. I'm going to... even though we lost our only fire, we can still get a fire. I baited another disruption with Madlow, so we're gonna rock the Vanquisher to see if we can bait any more. I think they're out of disruption for now. So we're gonna go into Rasiligo to give ourselves a well, not a wanted, a sinful spoils. This is what's going to give us a fire monster. Sylvia. Adding the Ash back. Poplar. Poplar does have to special summon itself, though, and they give up. Nice. See, if we didn't use Mad Love and we used Diabellstar instead, what would have happened was Diabellstar would have been impermed and we would have had like no plays. Besides maybe like special summon a Borger, but that's not really that good. I guess another play would have been to use Stake Your Soul on Mad Love, get Borger, and then if they imperm Borger, then you can just still summon Mad Love and maybe have more plays. But then I feel like you don't get Rosin. If you don't get Rosin, what's the point? I think this is the one we got promoted on. So we went second, and we have no disruption. 0 disruption, and they're on Snake Eyes. Bonfire for Poplar to normal summon... I'm sorry, Bonfire for Ash to normal summon Poplar broke my brain. I don't understand why this guy did this. That just seems like an unoptimal play. Couldn't you have just... I guess they don't play Birch, and they had Poplar in hand, so like they had to do that. But if they had Birch, they could have, well, either way, doesn't matter. Because they're running Fiendsmith Snake Eyes. This is part of the reason I'm thinking about running Super Poly. Super Poly eats this board up. If you run the one that's like a Link monster and one other monster. I think it's like a golem or something. We had to kill... We baited their Wave King Caesar with Panthera, which is honestly such a like, why would you negate Panthera? She wasn't even gonna do anything. But they fell for the bait. They probably didn't know we had Kurikara. And then, how did we bait the Ash? Or the how did we bait the Appaloosa? Oh, we just attacked over her. Okay, that's really good. Okay. And now we have a called by, so they can't stop her Stake Your Soul. And then we're gonna Razen into a Xiaolong. We do have enough to resolve a Xiaolong, even though we might not have any Snake Eye, or yeah, Snake Eye plays after this. Ending on a Vanquish Soul board when they've already exhausted most of their monsters is pretty good. SP Little Knight to banish their trap. It's just a call by. Oh, actually, we have a normal summon, so now we can Snake Eye Oak. Add Kurikara back to the hand, and at this point, When they realized we have another called by for the Molcharmi, they gave up. This guy was probably so confident because he had like 2 special summon negates, 3 monster negates, so that's 5 negates, a called by the grave in the back row, an Ash Blossom, so that's 7 negates, and a Molcharmi, which can be 8 plus, depending on what they draw. And they still lost, which is crazy. Mostly to the Kurikara, but still. And the rest, I've got 13 replays. That's like 15 total. It's a wild amount of replays. Let's start with this one here. 4-turn duel.
What's the longest turn you ever played?
For Yu-Gi-Oh, 4 turns is a lot.
Oh, let's see.
We have like no plays, but we do have a bonfire. We're gonna get rid of the Molcharmi and see if they have a Max C. We do have a called by if they do, but they don't seem to be stopping us, so we're gonna go into Resiligo to add a wanted bonfire for Ash, so we can maybe do something with this Resiligo. But they Ash, and we don't actually need to call by the grave that, because we can add Diabellstar here, give ourselves an on-negate, and then we just go for a... Well, I guess we would just add Poplar. Because they Ash Blossomed you, didn't they? Yeah. So we do standard Snake Eye stuff here. Do we go into Heat Soul here? We don't run Heat Soul anymore because it was kind of a win more card. I think there's like infinitely better options than just draw one. But I think at this point we're running Heat Soul, so we're just using it to see if we would maybe get a Stake Your Soul. That's the only thing we can draw into that makes sense here. We get a Razen, but that's not Stake Your Soul, so... Close. But this is why I don't think Heat Soul is worth it. Not only are you lowering your LP, but like the draws just usually aren't worth it. I think it's better to go into Silhouette Rabbit, because Silhouette Rabbit is like 2 negates in 1. So I think Silhouette Rabbit is better. And SP can also be okay. Oh, this is Blue Eyes. Okay, so they negated our IP Masquerena. And then they reset their Banish. We Ash Blossomed. They went into Spirit with Eyes of Blue. We have Retaliating Sea, but I don't know if that does anything, really. Ooh, we have a Banish for her. That's pretty good. Yeah, that call by actually went hard, because now they don't really have anything. They are going to get to Banish again, but like, who cares? Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon.
Well, Blue Eyes, honestly.
What about Blue Eyes?
That's a lot of Blue Eye variants.
Yeah. They're going to Drill Beam to banish the Promethean Princess. But at this point, we have like a bunch of Vanquish Soul plays we can go into. And now we have an Appaloosa to negate. Oh yeah, he's screwed. Because we can pop with Caesar, and they can't do anything about that. Pop. Negate. Negate. Not going for lethal here is so rude, but it's because we have Border to burn. They don't have a way of negating it. That's kind of cocky, but I respect it.
It's like killing in the fountain.
Yeah, it's like I first of all, I had more plays. I actually could have continued like summoning and put more bodies on the field and just killed them normally, but instead I'm like, I'm gonna kill you with my monster effect. Which is risky. Like if they have like a super polymerization, they can technically do something there. Not that they run that.
You're like NL when he played that boat Dota game, like try to like chase killing people only to like
He kept trying to
lose.
hook. He kept trying to hook, like punch hook. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna hook, and then it's like, wait, your fucking little boat doesn't do anything by itself, and you hooked by yourself without your teammates near you. What did you expect?
He's playing support class. He was getting the killer high, right? You know that feeling where you like feel like you're unstoppable. You want to kill all the enemies teams, and then like he didn't realize he lost the game because he should have gone back to defend his core. And then he did the exact same emotion where he swayed his entire head backwards in shame, like how he lost in Nubby. He was that upset. I gotta find that for you.
Wait, is this? Oh, it's Tenpai. How did Tenpai brick? That's insane. Wait. Tenpai. Oh, because I lost I was wondering why I went first. I lost the coin flip, but he made me go first. It's like Tenpai Sky Striker, but he was running. Dude, he had like 2 Molcharmies. That's crazy. 2 Molcharmies and a Maxi is wild. Effect Veiler on the Razen. Oh no. Wait, why did I keep Razen on the field though? Wouldn't it have been better for me to go into a Rock of the Vanquisher and bait other destruction? So I feel like that would have been better. Cross Sheep? Okay, I'm doing some... Oh! I already normal summoned Razen, so I used Bonfire to add Poplar to summon Doomed Dragon to summon Ash. That's actually pretty smart. They imprimed our Ash, so there's no bringing this back. But we can still go into our Azamina plays and add a Sinful Spoils and then summon Oak. So there's still hope. Ooh, wait, why Trisbania? Okay, this is just interesting. They gave up. I mean, we were gonna banish their back row, but that's we don't run Trisbania anymore. But that is very funny. This is very funny.
I can't find it, but that's okay. Either way.
I'm a very freaking girl.
Motherfucker!
What do you want?
What do you want?
What do you what are you afraid of?
You're such an asshole! Oh, me?
Oh, it's a Vanquish Soul Mirror. Nice, nice. Vanquish Soul Mirror, and we have Pluton to give us a free draw. Now that is pretty epic. Wait, Triple Tactics Talents draw 2 is insane here. Why didn't they just take our border and link it off? And why did they put Panthera on the field? Bonfire for the Poplar. Poplar adds Field Spell. Field Spell set back row. Cross Sheep. Poplar. Reborn. Da, 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 da. The lowest defense thing. Wait, what did they even activate? They have an Ash Blossom, but that's fine. Summon Ash to get Birch. Now we have 2 fires. Add the Vanquish Soul. Oh, we're adding Rosin. That's interesting. At this point, I was like, okay, well, if I use my card and flip... But no, they were just able to turn it back over. That's funny. That's an interesting chain order. They have an Abiru, which is really interesting, because we're still going to get to summon Sylvia. Wow. See, this is the problem with Vanquish Soul. They just used so many of their cards to disrupt us, but that's not really gonna stop us. Yep.
Don't you use Vanquish Soul?
Yeah, this is it was a Vanquish Soul mirror, except they don't have Snake Eye cards, so. Vanquish Soul's very rare. You never see people use Vanquish Soul cards.
How come?
It's not a good deck right now.
Oh.
Like, that guy literally lost because, like, Vanquish Soul just doesn't have enough gas. The thing about Vanquish Soul is that Vanquish Soul needs attributes in your hand to do anything, right? So this guy, Rosin, he has 2 effects. If you have a fire card in your hand, you can show the opponent your fire card, and he can't be destroyed by card effects. I don't have a fire in my hand right now, so I can't use that. His second effect, you need a fire and a dark in your hand. So the problem...
Oh.
I dropped my mic, but it's all good. So the problem with Vanquish Soul, right, is that with the meta as it is right now, a lot of people are running hand traps like Ash Blossom or Maxi to stop the opponent from being able to play. Because, like, how else are you going to stop somebody from building an unbreakable board without running hand traps? But the problem that Vanquish Soul has is you need those hand traps to activate your effects because you need cards in your hand. So, like, a deck like Snake Eyes or Fiendsmith right now, they can use 3 hand traps, and then, like, the 2 remaining cards in their hand are just 1-card starters that can, like, get them a full board. Vanquish Soul can't do that. Because Rosin by himself does nothing. He needs to add Xiaolong, and he needs a second fire in hand. If you didn't start the duel with a second fire, Rosin is kind of worthless. This is where Snake Eyes comes in. Because Snake Eye has a bunch of fire monsters, which already kind of helps out. And also, Snake Eyes can just, like, do plays by itself. So, it's the decks support each other a whole bunch, basically.
Huh.
And that's why that Vanquish Soul player lost. He had the hand traps in his hand. He had Ghost Bell, that's what they run. He had, like, Bysteals, which are dark. But guess what? He used them, and then he knew, like, okay, well, even if I keep playing, I don't have any cards in my hand to, like, win this, so he gave up. Whereas, like, because I have Snake Eye monsters, I was able to keep building the board even after he used all of his disruption.
Okay.
Soundtrack goes hard. I love dynamic music in video games.
Oh, for Master Duel?
Any game at all.
I just like that they added... Oh god, this is evil. I'm gonna add Maxi to my hand. So they negated our Diabell, but we're going to link this off into a Silhouette Rabbit. one of my favorite cards, and then you add Max C. So we have Silhouette Rabbit and a Max C. And then we're going to use Stake Your Soul to give ourselves a Caesar Valius, spin back the Caesar Valius, and if we summon Caesar Valius next turn, he can make himself immune to all card effects. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to Max C. And then we're going to use Azure Rune, which pops their spell, and they gave up. Because they went straight to battle phase, and he went to battle phase and didn't realize what Rocket the Vanquisher did, because he's like, I'll go to battle phase and crash into Silhouette Rabbit, which can't be destroyed by battle anyway. But Caesar Valius forces you to attack into him, because if you read Rocket the Vanquisher says, well, you control a vanquishable monster. Your opponent's monsters can only target monsters you control with the highest attack for attacks. So Rocket the Vanquisher being on the field forces him to attack Caesar, which has 3,000 attack. So he can't attack anything because he's just going to blow up and die for no reason. So he stops the battle phase. So now he's kind of screwed. Because if he can't use the battle phase to take out my board right now, all that means is next turn I get to pop off even harder. We're gonna negate that special summon with the Azure Rune. I mean, I think they might as well be giving up with what they're doing here, giving me like a bajillion cards.
You really are like an antagonist in an anime. You should be giving up now.
I mean, like, what are they doing here? Nothing. This is nothing. They were trying to go into like a Wave King Caesar, but they're just giving me more cards.
You're just making me more powerful.
They are, though.
What could you possibly have to beat me?
There's the Wave King Caesar. And I can pop him with fucking Caesar Oh, I'm popping the back row. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, he's got nothing. He can SP Little Knight banish my Caesar Okay, yeah, he was just giving up, because that wasn't even a good banish target. He targeted Rocket the Vanquisher, so that was definitely him giving up there. Yeah, sometimes people get maxied, they're just like, I'm just gonna click buttons until my turn is over, and then give up. Because it's not like they can deck out. That's when you, like, if somebody max sees you and you have a deck that can special summon, like, let's say 40 times, you can win. Because if you don't have, okay, so, Max C says you need to draw a card every time they special summon. If you run out of cards to draw, you lose. There's actually a really cool effect for it in game. Your entire hand full of cards turns into dust. It like burns, it burns up, and you lose.
That's cool.
But like, normally it's impossible for that to happen, because if somebody's running Max C, that means like, they drew every single card in their deck, and none of those cards were like a card that stops the enemy from special summoning, right? So usually that doesn't happen, but when it does, it's pretty cool.
I like unique decks like that. Or the unique win conditions, rather.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of decks that can, like, keep special summoning over 50 times, you know? Like, it's crazy. Like, there are some decks like that. They usually don't do much else, though. And they're usually really bad.
Yeah.
They're usually really bad, because if you're gonna summon that many times, your enemy, your opponent, is going to have, like, a Nibiru or Imperm or other cards that stop your turn. I don't. Because my Maxi is a bluff. Like, I have Ash Blossom, but like, I don't actually run that many hand traps. Because I'm running two different decks. I'm running Vanquish and Snake Eyes, so I don't have room for hand traps.
I like that. You
So,
actually
like,
have a bluff card.
Yeah, like, when I Maxi, like, well, so, it is nice, because I am getting other, like, cards that can do stuff. But the thing is, people don't play under Maxi because they're afraid you're gonna draw, like, a hand trap. But like we don't actually have that. So like if they wanted to, they could still build a big ass board. I would have a bunch of cards, but if they have enough negates, I actually wouldn't be able to like break their board, right? Because like realistically, I only have like maybe four or five plays, and if they can negate all 4 or 5 of those, then I lose anyway. Because we have Stake Your Soul, Normal Summon Razen, maybe a Bonfire, a Diabell Star, and then the if I draw it, there's like the Sinful Spoils card that just came out. So that's like, yeah, I've got like 5 like summons that I can do at the start of the turn. But like if they can put up more than 5 negates, and they can, by the way, they absolutely can, then they technically could play through Max E and still beat me. But like nobody does that because they don't know that I'm not running hand traps. So usually it's like, okay, let me just build a tiny board and stop right there.
Interesting. Okay. By the way you make it sounds kind of like a unique way of playing the game.
I mean, it is because nobody, like, even though I do run a decent amount, I run like 2 Maxi, 2 Fool Loss, 3 Ash Blossoms, 2 Called By. I run like 10 hand traps. Most decks are running double that, like easily. They're running like 20. They're running Crossout Designator, Maxi, Effect Veiler. It's crazy how many hand traps people. But I don't like running hand traps because my play style is, if I go first, I want to actually play the game. That's the worst feeling if you go first and you don't have any plays. That sucks. And if I were to run a bunch of hand traps, that sometimes happens. It's like, oh, well, I drew like 5 hand traps, you know? Because if it's half your deck is hand traps, there's a chance every now and then that your hand is just going to be hand traps. And then you can't make any plays. Adding Max E to my hand here is fucking devious. It's so rude. And then we have Diabell in the back row, so Diabell can actually add another... I don't even know what this deck is. They gave up immediately, though. We beat this one. It's the Live Twin theme. So, one thing Master Duel added a few months back was that depending on what field you choose, that's the music you listen to. So I have the Live Twin field, so it's playing the Live Twin theme. They're little VTubers. Look, if you look, I'm covering it right now, but when I click on this, you can see them getting like super chats, like YouTube super chats. Check it. Look at all those donations pouring in.
Damn. You should become a YouTuber.
I do have a YouTube channel. But isn't that cool? That's so cool.
I like it.
Too bad nobody plays that deck. It's not an awful deck either. Live Twins are good. It's just like there's so much power creep that like nobody's playing them. But you can make it work. You can make anything work.
I like that mentality. I remember I told you a while back, many times that I don't like following the meta or people who just follow the meta. Meta slaves.
They need to beat us, but we have a bonfire. So
it also emotes. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh yeah, no worries. No, you're actually good. This is just a very simple add Omni Negate, and then I think we can still use bonfire here. But you were saying?
Oh no, I was about to conclude it that it's like it just breeds emotes creativity and actual in-game skill.
I don't know if I'm gonna eat that many desserts when I go to the sushi place, because like I don't care if they have fried cheesecake. I want to eat food that I've never tried before, you know.
Eel's gonna be big, honestly. It's gonna be even bigger than a jellyfish.
Really?
They favorite have jellyfish. Yeah, yeah.
I've never had
Eel-
jellyfish and I've never had eel. I'll try both.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid that what if I do eat jellyfish and it ends up like stinging, like you said?
Yeah. That's what I was about to say, because like I think jellyfish might be different. I don't think you should try. I think you should try save more room for eel. Eel is like universally good, and I mean universally as in like, oh my god, it's an actual cuisine. Freaking Missia features her food with eel. I guess I just like the sting. I think that's just something weird about me. But it's mostly because of... Alright, so for jellyfish, it's sweet and crunchy. Like, like not like a fried crunchy, more like thick, and then you can hear the... It has
For
that kind of texture.
jellyfish?
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
That's why I like it so much. I was like, damn, this is actually kind of really nice texture for a sushi.
Oh my god, this is such a good... What the hell? So we're actually gonna get our Omni Negate here. Now that's interesting.
The most expensive sushi I have for all you can eat has to be the urchin.
Sea urchin?
Uh-huh.
What do they call that? In
There's a special name for it.
Yeah, I know it because of Misty as Izakaya, actually.
Oh man, that's a thick looking urchin. Let's see. Uni?
Umi? I think sea urchin might. Well, let's see. Let's just Google
Yeah,
it.
it has to get better. Yeah. I was Googling it right now.
Sea
is it?
urchin in Japanese. Uni.
I guess it is.
Yeah, uni. Such a short word for such a complicated creature, right? You would think they would have a name that's like a fucking ball of 1,000 pokes or something, you know? Not just uni. Uni sounds cute.
Apparently these little punks, these urchins, are like invasive, right? But like not so much invasive that they're endangered in the aquatic life, like stupid catfishes. I want them entirely exterminated. But sea urchins are so invasive only because like they're super high defense. Basically, not a lot of fishes could penetrate them.
Right.
That's what I showed a video the other day about like sea urchins that fishes are taming humans, quote unquote taming, as they're luring humans to say, "Hey, can you open this for me?"
Interesting. The
yeah.
sea urchins?
No. The fishes that want to eat the sea urchins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They want to eat the sea urchins. They're asking humans to open the sea urchins.
Exactly. Yes.
Interesting.
And it's actually kind of fair because there's way too many sea urchins. So that's that's cool. They look amazing, by the way. The uni. I remember trying them. They're creamy. They're like that kind of, yeah. Creamy and thick. That's the perfect description for it, for texture-wise. I forgot what it tastes like, but I do remember enjoying it. They kind of look like the highest price, highest point sushi in that Lickitung game. I think you'll eat more than me if we ever like had eat off of these. The fuck? Hold up. I got a warning.
Oh.
Suspicious connection blocked. Online threat prevention. SushiWorld.com. Okay, that's fucking funny. Apparently, there was a threat for just by clicking the Google link. It's weird.
Of course, they have a fucking Fiendsmith cards.
Maki's pretty basic. Nigiri. Let's see. That's tuna, right?
Nigiri is like sushi, but like it's usually like instead of getting wrapped, it's usually fish over rice.
Oh yeah, I like
think
that.
so. Think of it this way, right? Onigiri is just like the rice, right? And then nigiri is like, because ni is 2, each ni, so ni is 2. So it's 2 ingredients, fish and rice.
Oh, that's cool. Kappamaki. Ha.
That's cucumber roll, I think.
Good job. Exactly it. Yeah. I'm looking at Google. Of all the kinds of sushi rolls. You know, I thought California roll was a...
It's crab.
Or
It's
my-
imitation crab, right? Okay, I had this question earlier. Can California roll have regular crab? Because it's always imitation crab, and I don't know if that's because it's
Gotta have them
cheaper.
ribs.
So true, Obama.
Check it out.
I think you can have actual crab in a California roll. I just don't know if, like... Well, yeah.
I can't believe it. I wish I could look at a non-AI review of Google, but I will read this regardless. Okay? Yes, California rolls can be made with real crab. While many restaurants use imitation crab, shirimi, some offer premium versions or catering specific requests with real crab. So, like Dungeness and blue crab. Well, that kind of sounds realistic enough because Dungeness is one of the most popular real crabs, and I have to admit, might be the most delicate, even though it's delicate. I guess I tried soft shell crab. Have you? Oh! Hey! So, knowing that you're going to what essentially looks like a bar as well, ask if they have a soft shell crab slider.
Sure. I mean, you can look at their menu. Let's see here.
Checking it out.
Yeah, let me show you their menu. But see, there's other sushi places I also am going to have to go to now, because, like, I want to try those other places out, too, now.
I'm actually really excited for you to the point where I just feel like...
I asked my sister when she wanted to go, and we're going as soon as they open up the dinner menu, so they're going to have everything. Dinner, all you can eat. Sushi bar, salad, appetizers, sushi, or sashimi, tuna, salmon, crab meat, red snapper, fish egg, avocado, spicy kani, which is spicy crab, spicy tuna, eel, shrimp, bean curd, I'm not eating the bean curd one, white tuna, smoked salmon, egg, octopus, I don't know if I'll try it. Well, I'll give octopus another try, but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like raw octopus the first time I had it.
I will say it's very mid.
Rolls, sushi rolls, 8-piece per order or 1-piece cone style. I don't know what cone style is. What is a Mexican roll? That's what I want to know, actually. Where is what? Mexican roll. It doesn't tell me what it is. What's in there? Interesting.
Shrimp tempura, jalapeno, avocado, cucumber, spicy mayo, and eel sauce.
That sounds pretty good. My coworker told me to try the Lucky Buddha bowl roll, which is cream cheese, pickled jalapeno, avocado topped with sweet potato tempura, eel sauce, spicy mayo, and dragonfire sauce. Shaggy dog, shrimp tempura, avocado inside, crab, spicy mayo, and eel sauce. What is the eel? It looks like eel sauce is what they top a lot of their rolls with. Nemo, white tuna, snow crab with salmon. Whoa. Thinly sliced lemon and black tobiko. What is
God?
Tobiko?
Damn, eel sauce looks good just by looking at the pictures.
Oh, tobiko is that little orange. Wait, is that fish egg? It's flying fish roe. Ew. I don't know if... I mean, I'll try it.
Yo! Holy shoot. Like, just look at this picture of eel sauce. That looks good.
Sweet, salty sauce used in Japanese cuisine for grilled eel dishes.
No wonder Messia is making a killing out of these. Look at that. Look at that, how thick it is. And glazing.
Soon, TM. It's crazy. For not having eaten in like 40-something hours, I'm not that hungry.
You're strong. Yeah.
It's like 48 hours. I could go another day, I think.